code.
Today we want to integrate with our CRM, and in this case, Salesforce. And I've already integrated, but I'll walk you through what I did. Basically, I just said integrate to Salesforce, and Scout gave me a box to connect to a CRM. I chose Salesforce, I hit connect, and then it gave me my Salesforce login. So here's the box, and it's going to notice that Salesforce is not in there because I've already connected to it. And I would hit connect CRM, and then it would just give me a small window that would ask me for my username and password for the CRM. And then it would send a verification code to my email and ask for that. And then once that happened, I got connected. And so now I'm connected to a Salesforce CRM. We can also go to Studio and Integrations, and you can see that we have Salesforce connected, which is pretty cool and pretty easy to do. Now, what I want to do is go on the URL to a feature that the Scout team has been working on called Marketplace. So instead of inbox, I'm going to type in here Marketplace. And this is a place that has essentially agent installers. These templates will walk you through not only installing an agent, but customizing it based on your needs. So it takes this 80% solution and allows you to customize it to fit your needs for the last 20%. It makes building really complex agents very easy, about as easy as you can possibly get. So here, we're going to just start with the CRM Hygiene template. And what CRM Hygiene does is think of it as an agent. The way I like to think about it is it's constantly cleaning. So you have an office and you have maybe a cleaning staff that comes in at night and kind of cleans the office once a week, every day, every few days, whatever. But the CRM Hygiene Agent is like that with your CRM. So lots of data gets in. A lot of people are moving fast. Things get messy really quick. And the CRM Hygiene is that agent that comes in and cleans everything up on a routine basis. So we're going to use this template and we're going to work through the agent plan. So as it comes in, it's going to give us a dialogue to get started with the CRM Hygiene Agent. So we're going to click continue. And again, this agent is going to, as the install process occurs, it's going to check and make sure I have all the tools needed to fulfill the agent. So it's going to create a plan file, and then it's going to get the next steps. And it should recognize that I've already have a CRM integrated. So it's going to essentially build a database in Scout that will be its memory for the agent to manage all of these tasks. So it's working. And yeah, I think it takes a little bit, but we're on step 3, which is good. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit so we can see we're on 3 of 15. And it's just creating Scout tables now. It's going to create one with the agent settings, the tracker, a duplicates table, a data quality metrics table, and an audit log, which is something that a lot of people have asked for, and I think is going to be more more and more prevalent is these agents need to audit their work so you can get observability. And so this agent is creating an audit table on his own so that as they do things, there will be an audit history. And that really provides a lot of observability as these agents kind of work while you're sleeping or work while you're doing other work. Okay, we're on number 11 and 15. It's pretty good. So how are we going to test this? What I'm thinking is I'm working with kind of a new Salesforce instance. So I think I'm going to use the Scout agent to create some messy data, right? I'm going to ask it to, the easiest one is to ask it to create some duplicate data in the Salesforce leads table. And then we'll run the hygiene agent to see if it detects those duplicates. All right, our CRM hygiene agent is ready. Start in preview mode. This is pretty cool. Preview mode will basically schedule daily runs at 9 a.m., but the agent will only analyze and log what would change without making actual modifications. This lets you review its recommendations and build confidence before enabling live changes. And that's important. Anytime that you apply an agent, don't just create it and go. Create a preview mode or a review period where you're just iterating to make sure that the agent does exactly what you would like it to do. Another one is hold off on scheduling. We don't have to set up a schedule yet and run the agent manually a few times. So that's probably what we're going to do. And then when you're ready to go, we can schedule live runs and it will walk us through that. So for right now, we're going to just say hold off on scheduling. Hold off on scheduling. Oops. Nice. Still working on a few more steps. Perfect. We're operating in preview mode, which is great. That's what we want. We have some tables that are created. We have a settings, tracker, duplicate candidates, metrics, scan state, and audit log. So we can start chatting with our agent and say, run data quality scan on my CRM. Okay, so, well, let's go ahead and do that first. Then we'll create. So I've got 10 leads and 5 contacts in there, but not much else. So let's just start chatting with our agent and then let's run, what's it? Do a CRM scan. Nice. So now it's starting to check, make sure we have a CRM integrated, and then check and make sure all of its database or memory is set up. And now it's starting to do the scan, and it's going to log that as an audit. So it's going to fetch, and this is one thing. Obviously, CRMs is going to have a lot of data, hundreds of thousands of rows, millions of rows, etc. One of the things the CRM Hygiene Agent does is it works in batches. So it doesn't try to just pull in the entire set of accounts or all the records from the Salesforce database. It just works through windows. It gets a chunk of these and works on those. It gets another chunk and another chunk, and that makes it more performant and efficient. And LLMs have a specific context memory, and you want to keep that memory within scope. If you go over it, then the LLMs are not able to do as good a job as they do when you're staying within that context window. So I just asked it what the progress is, and it's given us a status update. So it did some data quality issues, missing postal codes, 7, inconsistent country formatting, right? So a mix of United States, USA, and US formats, missing required fields, industry and type, potential duplicates protected, and phone number inconsistency. So great. It detected some issues. I'm about to log these findings to my tracker table and then move to scan contacts, leads, and opportunities. Yes, continue with the full scan. And it's operating in preview mode. So in my demo CRM database, it's already finding issues, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yep. So it's just tracking its state. We're going to update the scan state. Now we're going to contacts, and it's going to get a count, and then it's going to determine what batch to pull. So I'll just reiterate, it's really good to run these in preview modes a couple of times and let it identify issues. And then kind of over time, you gain confidence that it's finding things that are true problems and also allowing you to review each one. But then at a certain point, you get to have so much confidence that you can move it into live mode, and it can just run in the background, a robotic vacuum cleaner cleaning up your CRM data, which is really cool. Okay. So it identified some duplicates. And sometimes I think, because this is pretty new, that the agent's still running, but the square is not showing that it's running. So I think the UI kind of loses track of it, but so I'll just ping it again. And it'll probably, okay, cool. The full scan completed. 13 accounts. Let's back up here. So 13 out of 13 accounts, 25 out of 25 contacts, 32 leads at sample 10, 31 opportunities at sample 10. 7 accounts are missing postal codes. 20 plus contacts are missing some data. 1 critical account is missing contact info. 2 contacts are missing email and phone. 9 leads are missing industry classification. Cool. So we've got this little scorecard. Obviously, we need some attention. So immediate fixes, high impact, standardized postal codes for 7 accounts. Clean up country formatting. That's probably an easy one. So maybe that's our next step, is just to clean up country formatting and delete test contacts. Right? Okay. So our next steps, we could do option 1, apply all fixes, option 2, selective fixes, and option 3, deep dive. So let's just say fix, clean up country formatting, and see how that does. Okay, USA should be United States, US should be United States, missing countries, UK and Singapore, subsidiaries. Let me start fixing the account records. And then the contact records. All right, so it's logging all its changes. It's going to do one more thing to confirm. And again, my little square box left, so I'm going to ping it again. Okay, so the status is operation country formatting standardization, mode live mode, status complete, took 2 minutes, fixed 7 records. Nice. Impact assessment. 100% consistent, 0 missing, standardized formats. Of course, we still have issues. Let's switch back to preview mode. So we're going to turn the agent back to preview mode. And then we're going to look at the audit. Nice. So now we're going to just ask for an audit report, and let's see what it does. It should read the audit table and just give us a nice table of what happened. Nice. I think there's a lot of stuff you can do out of the box with this agent, but in the interest of, let's say you want to tweak things, for example, maybe you don't want United States as your country. Maybe you want to just do US or USA or something like that. You can go into Studio and go into your agent, and then you can review all the instructions or use the wizard here to change things, add rules, etc. And again, it would take time, and maybe talk to one of our forward deploy engineers before you start to really mess with this, but you have full access. And then the other thing is, if you want to schedule this to run, you can just go up to triggers and then say, you know what, I'm just going to run every hour just to get started, and then review the audit log. Let's just say scan CRM, hit save. And I'm going to do this every hour and just look at the audit log, ask for an audit report, and then identify issues that I want to fix. And that way, as data continues to move around in the system, I can continue to keep an eye on it and clean it until I feel like this agent is dialed in. That's actually going to change the model to Opus 4.5 for this. Cool. And so that's how to integrate with Salesforce and how to use one of these agent templates to get started. So if you just remember to go to Marketplace on your Scout workspace, you can see all the agents that are being built, and more are coming. So this is very new, and please give a chance or take some time to try the CRM Hygiene. Give us some feedback, tell us what you think, and then more to come. But I'll do a follow-up on this one and show you how the scheduling's going, and then what we can do to really test it even more. But you can see that we were able to test it just right out of the box. So that's amazing. So thanks.